Alright, so Final Fantasy 16 is finally out to the public legally. I picked it up day one and I've been playing it and been having a blast with the game. One of the things I kind of want to touch on in this video is just the differences between the gameplay within the actual core game versus the demo. So I feel like a lot of people play the demo, and I think we all got kind of dipped our toes into what the combat's going to feel like, what the story's going to be, etc. And the combat overall was very smooth, it was very cool, it was very actiony. In the early gameplay though, I feel like it was a little bit, I don't want to say mindless, but it definitely doesn't need to be as much thought put into every movement that you make. Where I feel like if you're a traditional Final Fantasy fan, you're used to every action kind of needing to count, especially with like the ATB gauge when that was into effect. It just, you wanted to make the most out of that one movement that you had. So I feel like that's kind of one of the things where people say they don't want their games to be like Devil May Cry, where it's a little bit less strategic and a little bit more mindful. So if you played the demo and you played just a very early gameplay of it all, I want to let you know that again, there is more to it than that. Obviously, the game definitely gets deeper, and the first two boss fights that I felt were very much a precursor to that. I feel like they weren't challenging by any means, but very early on, like, I was kind of just trying to mindlessly hack and slash my way through it, and I learned pretty quickly that that wasn't going to help me in this fight, and I had to kind of make my dodges count more, strike when it mattered most. It definitely felt more engaging and strategic as far as just like an action combat game goes. I definitely felt like everything I was doing was being punished, and I feel like it's one of the things that whenever I was watching some of the trailers or watching some of the preview gameplay, it definitely felt a little bit mindless at times. But now that I got a chance to actually play more of it, yeah, I could definitely say it is definitely more deep than I expected it to be, and your movements definitely are going to count a lot more than I expected. It's not as definitely as challenging as like a Souls game or anything like that, but it's definitely not Devil May Cry, if that makes sense. There's definitely a lot more thought and strategy put into it, and it felt more similar to like the ATB gauge back in like Final Fantasy 4 through 6, where you kind of felt pressure, like you had to make a move and the right move at the right time, or else you're gonna get destroyed if you waited too long to make a decision. So it kind of felt like the ATB gauge thrown into Devil May Cry. Like, the enemies don't wait for you to make decisions, and they don't let you just slash your way through them. You definitely have to make the right dodges, attack properly, and kind of just make the most of your time, make the most of the staggers. Yeah, overall, I've definitely been having a great time with this game, and I feel like the gameplay is just phenomenal. If you were one of those people that are really hesitant to kind of get into Final Fantasy 16 because it's not a traditional Final Fantasy game, or because you don't think you're going to be great at action adventure games, I'll let you know that I think there's a lot of ways that kind of eases you in if you're not used to this style of game, or if you're someone who just doesn't like mindless style hack and slash games. This definitely isn't that. This definitely steps above things like Devil May Cry, steps above things like Bayonetta, and it definitely shows with the first two like mini boss fights, I'll say. Anyways, that's all I have to say. If you guys are picking up the game, let me know. Like the video if you guys enjoyed the video. Please consider subscribing, as it does help me out tons. My name is Christian. There's going to be timestamps down below if you guys want to get to the other boss fight. Overall, hope you guys are playing the game, or whatever you guys are playing. Just make sure you guys are enjoying your time. See you guys in the next video.
done with you, Wyvern!
Dominant. I know her.
Know her? Look around you! Do you think any of these animals care? I need you here!
Now that that's done,
I won't ask you again, Wyvern. Take her head so we can be done with this.
I can't. I won't.
You would betray the Holy Empire?
Betray? I don't recall ever pledging allegiance to your Emperor. My service may have been bought with this brand, but not my loyalty. I just fight to survive.
And you think I don't? The Empire will have our heads if we return empty-handed. So if you won't take hers, I'll have to take yours.
I told you, Sergeant. I'm not dying here today. And neither is she. Let's find out. That's better.
Wyvern! Have you forgotten who plucked you from the front lines? Who trained you? Who gave you a name when you had none?
You speak as if we don't bear the same brand, Sergeant. I've always had a name, and I've not forgotten it.
Still clinging to the past like a torn blanket. Then you will die, as you should have 13 years ago. Wyvern!
Better already.
Traitor scum!
Not this time.
I'll take your head. For nothing. No one. And I will not fall by your hand.
Too slow.
By a traitor's blade.